the differences between an acoustic and electric violin? Should you consider buying one? And if so, which one should you buy? Keep watching to find out. If we haven't met, hi, I'm Megan. I'm a violinist and teacher who's been playing for over 20 years. I have both my bachelor's and master's degrees in violin performance, and I'm a Suzuki trained teacher. If you're enjoying my videos, please subscribe to the channel and check out all the different ways you can work with me in the description below. First, what are the differences between an acoustic and an electric violin? Well, they actually differ in 7 main ways. So what are the differences between an acoustic and an electric violin? Well, they actually differ in 7 ways, but the main way is how they produce sound. On an acoustic violin, you can either pluck or bow the strings, which creates a sound vibration. This vibration is then transferred into the bridge and then into the body of the instrument or the sound box. And that's when you hear the beautiful sound. On the other hand, for an electric violin, you either pluck or bow the strings, and that creates a sound vibration, which is then transferred into the body of the instrument. The instrument then takes that vibration and transforms it into an electric signal, which then goes into an amplifier, and that is how sound is heard. You do not need an amplifier to hear sound coming from the electric violin, but without it, the sound will be very faint. Here are the rest of the ways that electrics and acoustics differ. One is the body. Acoustics are hollow, while electrics are solid. The second way is the strings. Acoustics always have 4 strings, but electrics can have 4, 5, 6, or even 7 strings. When adding additional strings, the 5 string has a low C string, making it the same as the viola. Then the 6th string adds a high B string, and the 7th string adds a low F. This is great for expanding your range of repertoire. The third way is the design. Acoustic violins generally all look the same. They may differ in color, but all of their features are pretty standard. On the other hand, there's no standard for an electric violin. So besides the basics such as the strings, the fingerboard, the bridge, designers are really free to do what they want. So electrics can come in a wide range of designs. The fourth difference is the weight. Since electrics are solid, they are heavier than acoustic violins. The fifth way, which we discussed before, is the amplification. Acoustic violins do not need any amplification to be heard, while electric violins really do need amplification to be heard properly. Sixth difference is the sound. Because of the way they produce sound, they sound different. Think of the difference between an acoustic guitar and electric guitar. They're the same instrument, but they have very different sounds. And they both work well for different types of music. For classical music, usually an acoustic is best. For more popular music, you can go with an electric. The seventh and final way is maintenance. Acoustic violins typically require more maintenance than electric violins. This is not to say that you shouldn't be careful with your electric violin and clean it regularly and wash your hands before use, but just due to the nature of the materials, it doesn't require as much maintenance as an acoustic. Why would you choose to play an electric violin? Well, there are a few reasons. Contrary to popular belief, playing an electric violin is not easier than playing an acoustic violin. They are the same instrument. It's going to be just as difficult. However, there are some benefits to playing an electric. One, they have more strings, which gives you a bigger range of sound and repertoire you can play. 2, you can add cool distortion and effects. 3, maybe you're playing in a band or playing a certain type of music like electronic music that just works better with an electronic sound. Or maybe you just prefer playing an electric violin, which is totally valid as well. What's the difference between an electric violin and a silent violin? Well, they are essentially the same thing, except with a silent violin, you do not plug it into an amplifier. Instead, you plug it into headphones, which then allows you to hear your sound more clearly. Important to note, silent violins are not truly silent. You still will hear a faint sound outside of the headphones. If you're looking for a way to keep your practice noise for a minimum, a silent violin might be a good option, but a cheaper option is going to be a practice mute. Finally, what is the best electric violin to buy? Well, there's a few things to consider. First, what is your purpose for buying this violin? Is it going to be your main instrument? Is it going to be an addition to your acoustic? Are you playing in a band? Are you playing for fun? Do you want it for practice? Why are you buying this violin? What is your ideal budget? Generally, electric violins are cheaper than acoustic violins because of the materials used. Top of the line electric violins can be about $2,000 to $3,000, while top of the line acoustic violins can cost millions. Finally, what is your ideal sound, look, and feel? This varies so much with electric violins, so it's a good idea to have this in mind before you start looking. So here are my recommendations in different budgets. For under $500, I recommend the Fiddlerman Tower Electric Strings Violin. It runs about $250, and these will all, of course, be linked in the description below. In the $600 to $1,000 range, I recommend the Yamaha 5-string electric violin, or anything by Glasser, NS Design, or Wood Violins. In the $1,000 to $1,750 range, I recommend the Auroral Classic or Silhouette violins, Bridge violins, or 3 Various. And above that, in the $2,000 range, we have the Bridge Dragon and Tasman, Yamaha SV-250 or SV-255. Now you have a clear idea of the differences between electric and acoustic violins, why you might choose to use an electric violin, and which one to purchase if you are looking. If you have any questions, please leave them below, subscribe before you go, and thank you for watching.